Okay, I pressed the power switch there by accident. Sorry about that, folks, but yeah, as I was saying, every now and again when the gears are spinning, if you watch in here, there, that was a little touch, you'll hear it rattling when it does, and there again, yeah. So you can imagine when this is running full pelt under power, those would be rattling back and forth and making a right clatter. This one here is particularly bad. As you can see, there's a good 1.5 to 2 millimeters there. So I'll just grab a steel rule. So basically what my idea is in here where the steel rule is fitting, either have a shim in there or possibly in at the back side here, because that, when that comes out, as you can possibly see there, there's a good couple of mil slack. Now as the manual, as per the manual, that is all as it should be, but I think having gears with that amount of movement in them, or let's call it adjustment if we want, that's just, well, that's shoddy workmanship. I don't know if this is actually an original gear. This one here is, but she's mounted onto this and it looks like a steel one that's possibly homemade, and they've maybe just faced her off a little bit too much, so I'm not sure. But if you look here now, I don't know how clear the camera is, the teeth project out past this gear significantly, and to my mind that should all be in line. So these ones need to be pulled out as far as possible, that one needs to be pushed in as far as possible, so that you're getting or maximising the amount of contact between the gear teeth when they mesh together. That scenario like that, I don't think that's right or proper. So I need to get people's opinions on how their ML7s are and what they've done to try and reduce play in their gearing, and any ideas or suggestions are welcome. Positive comments please, because I really can't be deaved with time wasters. I find that a lot of YouTube and other forums are quite negative, and I just basically don't have the time, you know, to deal with people's ignorance. So that's my my worry or concern, is that these gears are not being retained correctly. Just there now, have this gear here, you can see that the amount of play in it is quite significant as well. It's actually sliding on the key that's on the bush inside it. So I might need to make up a little spacer for that one also, with a slot for the key, because there's plenty of room there to fit a steel rule down the back of it. And that's, again, I don't know if it's just down to the wear or pure quality of the inner diameters or shafting. There might be some sort of tolerance that's been omitted or ignored during the machining process. I don't know how much time was spent in the manufacture of these gears, but it just seems a bit flimsy and a little bit well, shite, for want of a more appropriate word at the moment. The retaining screws and washers are tightened up into the maximum, and these are there to hold the gears on, so there shouldn't be play like that in them, you know. So I'll make some inquiries and I'll try to eliminate that. If it's okay to run the lathe in that position, at a future date I'll make up spacers and thrust washers to deal with it. So yeah, some of my accessories now are getting the new coat of paint treatment. That's all been undercoated, and it was taken back to the bare metal first and then undercoated a couple of times, and then the enamel was applied, so that's all looking quite good. It's just sitting there for the time being. I was reading the Myford Series 7 book by, I think it's Ian Bradley, and I noticed a little paragraph dealing with the enameling of these dials. So as you can see, that dial in particular is showing quite a bit of wear. The indexes, or the marks indicating the measurements, and indeed the scale 0 to 90 is quite faint. This dial in particular has seen quite a lot of use. This one is in better condition, so I'm thinking I will maybe apply a coat of black lacquer to these dials, and then, you know, trying to avoid all the index marks. And when that is done, hopefully the raised parts of the index shall show clearly against the black paint, and it will, you know, be an aid in seeing the scale. I also received a much sought after thumb lever from Tony, so thanks Tony. That's a relief to finally track one down. I didn't want to buy a whole tailstock just for one lever. Yes, I could make a bolt and weld a little bit on it, but I wanted it original. This one's a little bit rusty, but well, so's the rest of the lathe. So that suits its character quite well. Unfortunately, I was in such a rush to try it out, I eagerly tightened it up, and obviously then when it's tight, you can't move the barrel. It's sort of locked in place, you know, it's tight. And then upon releasing it, as I've just now done, you can move the barrel again, but it's rather stiff. So the pad bolt and spacer and the sort of locking mechanism that's in here will need to be removed and cleaned and oiled, because it's basically sort of locking up at the moment. It's not a releasing after the lever's been released. So that'll mean basically having to strip this entire tailstock again, take the barrel completely out, and remove this. Now I'm thinking that it will probably knock out from this side. but again I'll need to make some inquiries regarding that. It seems fairly straightforward in the diagram in the manual. I'm thinking this pin may need to unscrew first. Is that stud? Is that the stud that goes all the way through? Maybe not. That might be something else. So yeah, that will be the key actually for the barrel. So the pad bolt, it must, when this lever has been completely removed, it must withdraw from the body of the tailstock just outwards in that orientation when the barrel is sufficiently withdrawn to the rear. So that was a really nice find. I'm really pleased about that, because I thought they were going to be, well, it was really difficult to find. In 4 or 5 months of looking on eBay, I'd only seen one other, and it went for sort of like about 25 quid. So I think that's just a bit much, you know. Obviously, you know, some people have got more money than me and they're quite happy to pay £25 for a part like that. I'm not. So Tony did me proud with his prices. Very pleased with them. I'll certainly be dealing with that man again. He threw in a new, not new, but a taper here, you know. It's in better condition than any of the other tapers I have. I've got 2 tapers with the lathe. This one's the best of the 3 that I now possess, and that's the one I intend on using when I get the machine running. So yeah, that is my ML7. She'll soon be getting mounted on our feet, and the feet will be mounted on the tray, and the tray will be mounted on the stand. But the stand and the tray and the feet still require another coat of undercoat and enamel. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy my little videos, and I'm quite impressed with the results so far. I still have to, like I say, get the shaft tightened down, and you know, the shims and all that side of the work done yet. So everything's painted now. This side is all together pretty much in a satisfactory condition for using. It's just really the headstock now, the pulleys, and you know, some of the shafts in here, and the motor of course as well, that I've still got to do. So yeah, that's all for now folks, and hope you enjoyed my video. Bye for now.